Let's discover worlds anew. Every page we journey through. Hand in hand, just me and you. Finding treasures tried and true. Because the world needs to hear your story. Turn the page with me. It's time for Book It. Turn the page with me. Let's book it.
So, thank you for joining us today on the Book It podcast. This is something that's a little bit different than what we've been doing. We've been talking to various authors about their projects, but today we're going to talk to our very own graphic designer and illustrator, Cassidy Perry, who also happens to be my beautiful daughter. Hi, Cassidy.
Hi, Mom. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So we're just going to have a conversation. I don't really have any planned questions for Cassidy because I just thought that it would be really cool to have her on for a quick appearance so people could get to know her a little bit. And we love what she does. She is fantastic with our author clients, whether they're looking for illustrations or book covers or anything like that. She is just amazing. So I guess, Cassidy, my first question that just came to my mind is, why graphic design? How did you start to really enjoy that type of thing?
Well, I kind of have always known from a young age that I wanted to do something that involved art, but I was never really sure what that was going to be. And just this business ended up giving me the opportunity to learn graphic design, and I found that that is the art that really fulfills me. It makes me happy.
Awesome. And I remember when you were younger, you used to have walls filled with paintings, and we
Oh,
still have
absolutely.
a painting of yours hanging at the bottom of the stairs. It's like a Christmas painting, but
Yeah, the cow.
it's a cow wearing a wreath, but we leave it up all year long. We don't take it down just because it's not Christmas. I just love it. So, how do you work? Like what tools do you use? What programs?
So
Tell
I use
everybody.
so I use a combination of Canva and Midjourney. The Midjourney is an AI um, program that you give it prompts and it'll give you pictures back. And I take what I make on there and I have to combine it using Canva to make the pages for my books.
Yes. What's your favorite book that you've done?
Probably Faith the Mustard Seed because it was my first like project not for family.
Yeah. If you have not seen that one, the book is called Faith the Mustard Seed and is by author Chelsea Heatley, who we're going to actually have her on as a guest here in a couple weeks. But um, so how does it work, like when you're doing a page for a book? Is it you tell the the program, like, okay, I need this in this setting, this in this setting, like kind of walk us through what that process looks like?
So the first thing I do is for the story is I make the background. And for the stories I've done so far, the background has mostly been the same. So once I have the background done, and that's just as easy as plugging in like, oh, give me a background with a bright blue sky, green grass, sun shining, clouds, and watercolor cartoon style. And usually I pick from what it spits back out from me. It's usually pretty good at simple things like that. And then from there, I'll work on characters And what I have to do is I have to take the description I'm given of what the character is going to be, and I write it all in to the program. And then I say that I need a character sheet from many different angles of this character. So then I take that sheet and I screenshot like my favorite angles of the character. And I put those back into the program so that when is this making sense?
I mean, it's really very good for insight into your process. So,
Okay. So I put the characters back into the prompt area so that Midjourney knows that that's exactly what I want my character to look like every time, and from many different angles as well. And then I put a very much more like descriptive, a more in-depth description of what the character is along with those photos. And then I put those in the program and then I label it, and then that's my character.
that sounds really involved.
Yeah.
I think that people have this idea that like, oh, you're using AI. Like it's so simple. You just tell it, well, I want X, Y, and Z, and then it spits out X, Y, and Z, and there's no real skill involved. And like we don't, as an agency, using AI for the written word, we definitely prefer to use human writers, because AI just, it's not good at the nuance of the English language. It doesn't do emotion very well, and it often lies when it needs to just, provide a quick fact that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
Um, but when it comes to images, it's really not as cut and dry as people think. It doesn't seem like it takes some skill
Yeah, it does.
from what you're telling me. Um,
Hmm.
and I know that I could not do what you do. I wouldn't even know how to try. And how did you learn how to do this?
YouTube.
So you didn't go to classes, you didn't take any kind of course.
Mm-mm. I mean, I took like an online course to kind of learn Canva, but that's about it. Everything I learned about Midjourney, I learned from somebody on YouTube that made a video on how to make consistent characters. So,
So
and
you,
there's been things that I've learned just by using the program, not even from the YouTube video.
yep, awesome. Well, you have done some beautiful work for me with and us for our
Thank you.
Giant Crusher series. And I know that in the next few months, you're going to be working on the sixth book in the series. So I'm really excited to see what that looks like.
Me
Um,
too.
so if someone is an author, they've written a children's book and they want to work with you, what does that look like? Like, what did it look like when you were working with Chelsea for her book?
So with Chelsea, I had a meeting with her, a Zoom meeting, and I was like, tell me your vision. And I just listened to her vision for what she wanted her character to look like and what she was picturing. I wrote it all down. And I'm someone who can see like images in my head. So as she's telling me her vision, I can start seeing it in my head as how I want it to be.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really good.
So, yeah.
I would think you'd have to be like that in order to do what you do.
Absolutely. Even when I'm like reading through the Giant Crushers books, like when you assign them to me, I read them and I can see in my head, okay, for this page, I'm going to want this. For this page, this is going to happen.
Yep, awesome. So let's talk a little bit about your cover design work. Because we haven't done a lot of children's books. I know we're hoping to do way more in the future. And I know that that probably is like your absolute favorite thing in the world to do. And I understand. But we do a lot of books for Christian authors. We've even done a horror book before, and I did that cover, and it was not as good as it would have been if you would have done it. I'm
I
sure.
think that cover's good.
um, but when we're working with an author who is writing a fiction book or a self-help or leadership or devotional book, what's that process like for you?
So again, I'll have a meeting with the client and I'll kind of ask them like, what's your book about? And they'll tell me. And then I'm like, so what are you envisioning for the cover? And they'll tell me. And I take notes and I do what I can based on their notes. And so far I've made people happy. So
Yeah, our clients rave about you with your covers. And she always tells people, and we always tell people, you get three different design options and two revisions.
that never happened.
But that never happens because she really wants our clients to be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, people pour their heart and soul into their books, and
The cover is the first thing people see. Like I want the client to be happy with it.
yeah. What's your favorite cover that you did that wasn't a children's book?
Probably Jesse's.
Jesse's, yes, we
Yeah.
had Jesse on a couple weeks ago.
hmm Second favorite would probably be Melanie's. I just really like those two.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Now I'm like thinking of all the ones I've done. I really like Chelsea's too. That one came out really good.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
Yeah.
Um, so what are you working on right now? Whether it's personally or
Well, I am working on a Taylor Swift themed mental health journal slash tracker thing to go up on Canva soon. Or not on Canva, on Amazon soon. And I'm hoping to maybe get a children's book job here soon, hopefully. I've
awesome.
tossed around the idea of like writing my own children's book, but I kind of want to write my own children's book with my dog as the main character, but I'm not sure what his adventures would be.
Now, we haven't talked about your dog. Tell us about your dog.
Arlo is a 4-year-old Australian Shepherd, and he is my pride and joy,
He is my
like my own
granddog.
child.
Yes, we love Arlo. I think that that would be so cute. And I know an editor who would probably help you for free.
Yeah, I think I might know one too.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I would love to see that. That could be a whole series. Like, don't limit yourself to just one adventure. Arlo
Yeah,
could have many adventures.
true.
He had an adventure a couple months ago when he went to the beach.
That is true. He loved the beach.
Well, now I think we have an expectation that we need to see Arlo going to the beach. Oh, goodness. Okay, so what do you like to do in your spare time when you're not illustrating or spending time with Arlo?
I like reading a lot, and recently I've been coloring a lot in the evening because it's kind of a good like de-stress thing to do at night.
Hmm. Cool.
And I get really fancy with it. Like I have so many sets of markers, and these colorings, I get dimension in there. Like I really
Wow. That's
take my
awesome.
time with it.
I
Yeah.
love that. I've seen you with your setup when we've gone on trips and stuff. And like, I haven't really looked at it, but it seems like that's like a really important hobby for you.
Yeah, definitely. If I could, I would sit and color all day in my nice air-conditioned home.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's been very hot.
Yes.
Okay. So, Cassidy, tell us something that you think our audience would find really amusing about what you do as a graphic designer.
So one thing that I do that I like to call Frankensteining is we all know, like if you've ever played with AI, you know that if you just because you put something into the prompt and you think it's going to come out right doesn't mean it's always going to. And sometimes I get really frustrated with it and I'm like, you know what? Let me just take this and put it in Canva and I'll manipulate it that way. So Frankensteining is where I take pieces of like other um characters that I've created and I use them to make my character that I'm working on right now look right. Like sometimes, like for Faith the Mustard Seed, Midjourney would spit her out with no eyebrows sometimes, or would spit her out with a weird mouth. So I take her and I put her into Canva and I take a Faith the Mustard Seed that came out right, and I would steal that mouth and those eyebrows and put it on Faith that's not looking too hot. So that's what I call Frankensteining.
That's really cool. That's really cool. And something like that could be really frustrating to somebody who's newer to the program if, you know, you're trying and trying and trying to get it to look right and then it never does. So
Absolutely.
you figured out a way around
I
that.
won't stop until it looks right.
Yeah, you've
Even if
always been like that.
it could pass, like, maybe nobody else will notice it, but I will. I can't have that.
You take a lot of pride in your work.
I do.
That's awesome. That's really good. Um, all right. Well, I don't think I have any other questions. I really just wanted to give our audience a chance to get to know you a little bit
Okay.
and learn a little bit about what you do. All right, well, thank you so much, Cassidy. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome.